We're recording. Excellent. Welcome all of you to today's meeting. Today and possibly tomorrow and Thursday, we're going to discuss the content of your employment contract. We're going to go bullet by bullet, line by line, try to explain it to you so that any question you may ask. Hey! Notice the person and they are friends. They are disturbing all of us. So I'm going to mute everybody. I'm going to mute everybody so that nobody will disturb us. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir. Please, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you. Janet, you are disturbing us. So I'm muting everybody. I want to mute everybody so that you cannot unmute yourself. So that even if you accidentally leave your microphone on, you won't disturb us. Okay. So by now, you all should have received the employment contract I'm sharing on my screen. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right document. By now, you should have received it by now. This constitutes contract that will exist between you and your future employers in the United States. So I'm going to read line by line. We will not finish in all those 9 pages. We will attempt to do as much as we can in about an hour. And if we don't finish, we'll do it tomorrow and then the other day till we finish. So the title, United Methodist Homes and Services. But I remember just the name alone. One applicant came to me, but a registered nurse came to me and said, "Sir, the company is United Methodist Homes and Services. The homes in the name, does it mean we'll be doing home care?" I said, no. If you had had time to go to the website of United Methodist, they actually construct homes, affordable homes for the poor, for the aged in the United States. So the homes there does not mean you're going to be providing home care. Your care, your nursing will be practiced in an institutional setting. All right. So United Methodist Homes and Services Nursing Assistant Employment Agreement. Now, there are 2 types of agreement. The first one I showed is Nursing Assistant Employment Agreement. This second one is Registered Nurse Employment Agreement. This one is for RNs, registered nurse who are preparing to take the NCLEX. Then the first one is for nursing assistants. The content of the 2 agreements are very the same, except for some minor changes. So when we get there, where there are differences, I'll point them out for you. All right, let's make progress. So this Nursing Assistant Employment Agreement, so in the case of registered nurse, with this Registered Nurse Employment Agreement entered into, so the date and then the year by and between United Methodist Homes and Services with its principal offices at 5145 North Glenwood Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60301. 640. And then your name will come there, so and so nursing assistant. Now, whereas nursing assistant wishes to come to the United States to work as an employee of United Methodist Home and Services to provide nursing services for at facilities operated by United Methodist Home and Services and its clients. Whereas in connection with nursing assistant employment, United Methodist Home and Services will expend substantial resources to screen, prepare for, and engage in visa processing, transport, and provide temporary housing of nursing assistant, and to assist in his or her compliance with all immigration laws, licensing, and other prerequisites of employment as a nursing assistant in the areas served by United Methodist Homes and Services and its clients. First point to note, this contract is between you, the individual applicant, and United Methodist Home and Services. The contract is between you, the individual applicant. So for example, Janet, your name will be there, Janet Azuma Nyaba. What it means is the contract is specific to you as a person. And therefore you cannot transfer it to somebody else. Okay, now let's make progress. Now, whereas subject to either party, and before I go on, the second point, whereas in connection with nursing assistant employment, United Methodist Home and Services will expend substantial resources to screen, prepare for, and engage in visa processing, transport, and provide temporary housing of nursing assistant, and to assist in his or her compliance with all immigration laws, licensing, and other prerequisites of employment as a nursing assistant in the area served by United Methodist Home and Services and its clients. Now, this is a volume of message here. Visa processing. Remember, from day one, we have promised you green cards. I remember somebody called and said, so the contract, I don't see the word green card in it, but you guys promised us green card. Where is the green card in the agreement? The green card is the same as the visa. The correct name for green card is visa, EB3 visa. Okay, EB3 visa, which is variously called green card. So another name for it is green card. Okay, so if you don't see the word specific green card, it is in the agreement. So visa processing, transport here is your air ticket. We are buying your air ticket for you. And then temporary housing. Remember we said when you get to the US, the first 2 months, 2 to 3 months, we will give you accommodation. You will not pay for it. We will pay for it for you. And then compliance with all immigration laws. It's not just the green card, there are other documents you will need. Permanent labor certification, you need registered nurses, you also need visa screen certificates. These are terms, don't worry about it. As we go along, you gradually will come and understand each and every of those terms and their meaning, what they are meant for. You also need to have a license to practice as a nursing assistant. And we're going to help you get all those. All right, the next clause. Whereas subject to either party terminating nursing assistant employment for cause as set forth in paragraph 9 herein, nursing assistant agrees to provide a minimum of 8,320 hours of nursing services to United Methodist Home and Services and all its clients, and the United Methodist Home and Services agrees to employ nursing assistant at least until such time as nursing assistant has provided a minimum of 8,320 hours of nursing services for United Methodist Home and Services and its client. Unless nursing assistant employment is terminated for cause, the parties anticipate that nursing assistant employment with United Methodist Home and Service will last a minimum of 3 years. We told you this right from day one. Thankfully, it has been reduced. We told you nursing assistant, you serve a bond of 4 years. Registered nurses will serve a bond of 3 years. Now, it has now been reduced into hours. In the US, you are paid per hour. So the number of hours you're going to work has been reduced into hours. So it is not by force the 4 years, but it's actually hours. If you're able to work if you're able to work the 8,320 hours in 2 years, we will not say we said we signed an agreement with you for 4 years, so finish the 4 years before you go. No. If you're able to work the hours in 2 years, you're able to work the hours in 1 year. There are some applicants, when they arrive, they do a lot of overtime. They also work weekends. Your working hours is weekdays, Monday to Friday, 8 hours. You work 8-hour shift, Monday to Friday. Anything above that is overtime, and you'll be paid for it. Now, when I come to registered nurses, this is where there is a slight difference for registered nurses. This, I'm showing my screen for the registered nurses. The first clause the same, second clause the third one. Registered nurses is whereas subject to either party terminating nurses' employment for cause as set forth in paragraph 9 herein, nurse agrees to provide a minimum of 6,240 hours of nursing service to United Methodist Home and Services and all its clients. And United Methodist Home and Services agrees to employ nurse at least until such a time as nurse has provided a minimum of 6,240 hours of nursing service. Nursing service will average 60 to 80 hours per week. Per 2 weeks, per 2-week pay period, consisting of regular worked hours. Overtimes are included in counting the 6,240 total hours of nursing service. Holiday, vacation, and sick time are excluded. So it's exactly the same. The difference is the number of hours a registered nurse will work against that of a nursing assistant. Whilst a nursing assistant, you'll be bonded for 8,340 hours. A registered nurse, 6,240 hours. And in the US, okay, so here, nursing service will average 60 to 80 hours per 2-week pay period. In the US, you are not paid at the end of the month. You receive your salary every 2 weeks. Some are paid every week, but with United Methodist, you'll be receiving your salary every 2 weeks. So it's bi-weekly. That is what we call bi-weekly. Every 2 weeks, you get your salary. Every 2 weeks, you are getting your salary. So please bear that in mind. Now, so every 2 weeks, you should work, if you work 8 hours a week, times 5 days in a week, 8 times 5 is 40 hours. If you work for 2 weeks, that will be 40 times 2, which is 80 hours. So you would have to work a minimum of 60 to 80 hours to work the normal period. If you work within that normal time, in about 2 years, you'll be able to complete your contract. Now, I keep mentioning contract. Somebody called and said, "Sir, does it mean my contract, in fact, my contract with United Methodist will end in 3 years?" No, it is your bond period you are working for 3 or 4 years, or the number of hours. But when you finish the bond and you want to continue working with United Methodist, you are free to continue working with United Methodist. But at the end of your bond period, you said, "No, I want to move on to other organization. I want to experience others." You are welcome. You are free to do so. Okay, so the contract does not mean that you can work a maximum of 3 years or 4 years with United Methodist, but the bond period is what we are specifying. Okay, let's make some progress. Now the rest, let me jump to the clause 1, the main clause, nursing assistant duties and responsibilities. Nursing assistant agrees to 1, meet the requirements of employment as outlined in this employment agreement. B, ensure that at all times during the term of this agreement, United Methodist Home and Services has nursing assistant updated address, phone, and email. So at all times, most of you all come up with this constant excuse. "Oh, sir, my phone got spoiled." He or she would disappear 1 month, 2 months. You not hear from the person. Then suddenly she pops up. "Oh, sir, my phone got disappeared. My phone got spoiled. My phone got stolen. And that is why I did not keep in touch." Oh my God. Please drop that attitude here. You cannot go to the US with that attitude. You'll be fired in the next minute. At all times, you need to update. You have an updated address. Address in the US means your house, where your residential address, your phone number, and your email address. Take these things seriously. C, at nursing assistant own expense, secure all required certifications, credentials, and other documents necessary to work legally as a nursing assistant with United Methodist Home and Services and its clients in the United States. Additionally, during the term of this agreement, at nursing assistant own expense, nursing assistant shall ensure that his or her certification and credentials are kept up to date and in full force and effect. So you need to have the required certification, the required training, certification, and license. That is what we're currently working with you on now, so that you get all those requirements that you can work legally. For registered nurses, that will include preparing you, flying you to the Philippines, and you take the NCLEX exams there. When you pass, you come, will file for your green card, and the rest you fly to the US. For nursing assistant, it includes the CNA program you're going through, the training, the exams you write, and then we'll file, when you pass, we'll file for you, and then you fly to the US when your documents are ready. But once in the US, your license, your certificate, every other legal document you need to have must always be up to date and in full force and effect. When you get there, there will be somebody there, normally in the human resource department, that will always help you keep up to date and current your license so that you can continue practicing. Point D, work and cooperate with Aguinaldo Ghana Recruitment Agency and United Methodist Homes and Services in connection with nursing assistant effort to obtain governmental approval to nursing assistants move from Ghana to the United States. Apart from your certificate, your license, your training, there are other documents we will be helping you to get as you go along. There will be a time we'll ask you to go for police report. Please don't go for it yet. There's a time for it. There will be a time we'll ask for yellow fever card. There will be a time we'll ask for COVID-19. There's a time we'll go to the labor department to ask for exit labor certificate. There are legal documents so that when you leave Ghana, you leave properly and legally. When you get to the US, when you are working, you work properly and legally. Okay. Point E, and I want all of you to pay attention to point E. This is applicable to both registered nurses and nursing assistants. Inform Aguinaldo immediately as to the outcome of the IELTS English language exams, if required. See paragraph 11 below, and the scores. If the scores are not passing, United Methodist Home and Services reserves the right to cancel this agreement with no further obligation to the nursing assistant. For most of you here, you are not yet there. And so you are not going to be worried about it now. But right from the beginning, we told you we will need an IELTS result. Not now. We will need the IELTS result after you have passed your CNA exams. We are going to prepare you to write the IELTS. There are so many things we're going to help you to prepare adequately to write that IELTS and pass. There will be training, there will be books, there will be a lot of tests. On top of that, we will arrange. In fact, it's something we've been doing all the time. We arrange with the British Council that administers the IELTS and sometimes IDP, but mainly the British Council. They conduct what you call trial tests. This is a test that mimics the exact exams. It's like a mock exams administered by the examiner themselves in the same exam setting and condition. There are so many things going to help you to prepare. But on top of all this, if you go to take the IELTS and you fail, then you are in trouble. So when the time comes, you take the IELTS serious. Point F, coordinate with United Methodist Home and Services regarding nursing assistant state of Illinois licensure and or licensure for any state in which nursing assistants shall be assigned to work, including any required credentialing verification. During the term of this agreement, at nursing assistant's own expense, nursing assistant shall ensure that his or her state licensures are kept up to date and in full force and effect. Just as I said in the beginning, you need to have just like Ghana, you cannot practice nursing or nursing assistant if you don't have a license. Same the US. Okay, so we're going to help you get the required license. And since all of you, when you finish, you get your air ticket, your visa, you fly to the US, the first state you'll be flying to, all of you, will be state of Illinois. You're going to be there for a minimum of 2 months, 2 to 3 months. During that time, you'll be working. So when you arrive in the States, your first license will be the state of Illinois license. The state of Illinois license. Now, for registered nurses, there's a slight difference. If I should refer to your contract, for registered nurses, I want to read the appropriate provision. So clause 1C, it says at nurse's own expense, secure all required certification, credentials, and other documents necessary to work legally as a nurse with United Methodist Home and Services and its clients in the United States. Additionally, during the term of this agreement, at nurse's own expense, nurse shall ensure that his or her certifications and credentials are kept up to date and in full force and effect. United Methodist Home and Services will reimburse the amount expended by the nurses for the NCLEX exams fee and other fees related to NCLEX examination in the approximate amount of $300 to $500. Amount expended by the nurse for other certifications and credentials are not reimbursable. The reimbursable amount shall be included in the first pay check, provided that the nurse submits valid receipts for this purpose. Nurse shall reimburse United Methodist Home and Services for the aforesaid costs and fees paid by United Methodist Home and Services pursuant to terms in paragraph 10 below. So for registered nurses, we will be flying you to the Philippines to take the NCLEX. At this stage, we have required that you pay some fees. In that fee is a component for your NCLEX examination. Once you pass the NCLEX, and when you arrive in the US, that examination fee for the NCLEX shall be refunded to you in the US. And the refund will be part of your first salary when you get to the US. Okay? You have to pay it for now so that when you get to the US, we refund it to you. If we are to pay everything for you, you will not take anything serious. Once you have your skin in the game, you'll be serious. Okay, so that is the key difference between the nursing assistant and the registered nurse. One more thing, when it comes to clause E, inform Aguinaldo Ghana Recruitment Agency immediately as to the outcome of NCLEX RN and IELTS exams. See paragraph 11 below and their scores. If the scores are not passing, United Methodist Home and Services reserves the right to cancel this agreement with no further obligation to the nurse. Nurse should also forward a copy of their visa screen certificate. Okay. Coordinate, and then F, coordinate with United Methodist Home and Services regarding nurses' state of Illinois licensure and or licensure for any state in which nurse shall be assigned to work, including any required credentialing verification. During the term of this agreement, at nurse's own expense, nurse shall ensure that his or her state licensure are kept up to date and in full force and effect. So what brought me here? For registered nurses taking the NCLEX, we register you for New Mexico Board of Nursing. New Mexico Board of Nursing. But when you fly to the state, you first will fly to Illinois State, Chicago. Now, they will do a license transfer. We will do it for you when you get to the state. For nursing assistants, the same. Your license will come from the Chicago, Illinois State Board of Nursing. So you will not do any transfers until when the state and you are assigned to a different state to work. Then you need to do a license transfer. I'm sure by now, everybody here that has started at least the CNA course or is on the NCLEX course, you know why you need to do license transfer. I don't need to explain it to anybody because in the US, the country has states, small, all the independent states with its own legislation. So nursing in one state, the law in one state differs from another state. You cannot use one state license to practice in another state. You need to do a transfer of the license, or you will need to write that Board of Nursing licensure exam before you can practice there. Right. I hope I'm clear. If you have any question, please post it in the chat and I'll be responding. Okay, then back to nursing assistant. Clause F, clause G and H. Clause G says disclose all other recruiter agreements that nursing assistant has signed that are currently in effect. We know a number of you have doubled with other recruitment agencies. Some of you have gotten your fingers bent before. Others are using their one eye to look into two bottles. You know what I mean. For us, if you have any agreement with another recruitment agency trying to recruit you to anywhere in the world, when you sign this agreement, you are legally bound to officially inform us. Now, nursing assistant understands that any relationships that nursing assistant has with recruiters other than Aguinaldo or employers other than United Methodist Women Services are nursing assistant's legal responsibility. Then H, disclose any contractual obligation nursing assistant has that may conflict with this agreement. Nursing assistant understands and agrees that nursing assistant will commit a serious legal violation if nursing assistant signs this contract while already committed contractually to another recruiter or employer. Nursing assistant agrees that United Methodist Women Service is entitled to receive financial damages from nursing assistant if nursing assistant has other contract that conflicts with this agreement. Okay. It is as clear as ABCD. Now let's go to clause 2, legal services and issues. A, simultaneous with the parties entering into this agreement, nursing assistant shall disclose to Aguinaldo all previous immigration efforts made by nursing assistant to enter the United States and their outcomes. Here, this clause means that have you ever gone for an interview to try and enter the US before? Whether you were successful or not, as soon as you sign this contract, you need to legally inform us. I mean, you are legally bound to inform us so that when we are filing, we know how to file it so that we don't get blocked on the way. If you have been refused a visa before It doesn't mean you'll be refused this visa, but you need to let us know so that we will appropriately file in such a way that we are not blocked on the way if we don't do the right thing. So, if you have ever attempted or succeeded in entering the United States or failed to enter the United States, it is fine. We are not saying there's anything wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Please just let us know so that when they are filing for you, we know how to couch the filing. Now, B is very important. United Methodist Home and Services agrees to arrange for the hiring of Winterston Law Group or another attorney at law to serve as nursing assistant legal counsel to assist nursing assistants in the process of obtaining an immigrant visa for nursing assistant to come to the United States and work as a nursing assistant. Nursing assistant consents to United Methodist Home and Service hiring of Winterston as nursing assistant legal counsel. A nursing assistant agrees to cooperate with Winterston attorneys in connection with the legal services that Winterston will be providing to nursing assistants. On nursing assistants' behalf, United Methodist Home and Service agrees to advance and pay to Winterston or other legal counsel as reasonable and necessary, all reasonable and necessary fees pertaining to the process of obtaining an immigrant visa for the nursing assistant. Let me explain this portion a bit. Right from the beginning, we have explained to you that, and if you have not, I need to tell you that getting you a green card to the United States can be a complicated endeavor. It's a legal process, and we rely on immigration lawyers, United States immigration lawyers, to do the appropriate filing so that we don't make any mistake. I'm happy to say that ever since Aguinaldo United Methodist started recruiting nurses from all over the world, the last 20, 30 years, we have always used this law group, Winterston Law Group. And their results has always been 100%. Their results have always been 100%. So legally, we are just informing you that we'll be using the same lawyers in doing your filing for you. The filing will start after you pass your exams, either the NCLEX for registered nurses or CNA exams for nursing assistants. They will do the permanent labor certification filing, your green card filing, and assist in securing you the appropriate visas to go to the US legally. And so by this agreement, we are informing you, we are paying, United Methodist is paying everything for you, but they need to inform you that once you sign this agreement, you are by implication agreeing to the fact that loan testing should continue to provide the immigration services to you. Okay, I have one question in the chat from Magdalene Abudu. She says, sir, please, does the information about trying to enter the US before includes US lottery? Also, if I heard you right, if you write the IELTS and fail at your first attempt, the contract will be terminated. Okay, so let me answer that question. Magdalene, thank you for that question. So question one, sir, please, does the information about trying to enter the US before includes US lottery? Yes, yes, yes. It includes United States visa lottery. So all those who have attempted in the past and have either succeeded before or failed visa lottery, visiting visa, tourist visa, medical visas, educational trip visas, and all the other permutation of the American visa, please inform us officially. Informing us officially is not just taking a phone call. Say, last year I tried though and I failed. No, you need to provide documentary evidence. Okay. Then Magdalene says, also, if I heard you right, if you write the IELTS and fail at your first attempt, the contract will be terminated. Magdalene, you heard me wrong. You heard me wrong. The contract says, okay, thank you. The contract says when you take the exams and you fail, United Methodist reserves the right to cancel. So United Methodist will determine whether they will give you another chance to take another exam at your own expense or to cancel the contract. So it is here. Let me read that portion again. Inform Aguinaldo immediately as to the outcome of the IELTS exam, if required, and the scores. If the scores are not passing, United Methodist Women's Service reserves the right to cancel this agreement with no further obligation to nursing assistants. So reserves the right. So may or may not cancel, but should they cancel, okay, I think I've answered that. The next question comes from Patricia. Patricia says, Sir David, please, I didn't see the job description for CNA attached to the contract. Please, may I know why? Patricia, why did we say we have attached a job description to the contract? I don't think we have said we have attached a job description to a contract. We have not stated anywhere that we have attached a job description to the contract. I'm not sure the reason for your question. Maybe when you come again, I will understand your question. Fruby says, sir, what if you arrive in the US as a nursing assistant and decide to upgrade to RN? How will the hours be counted? Or will you be expected to work for the 8,320 hours before upgrading to RN? Now, that is a beautiful question. Fruby, no. So when you get to the States today and tomorrow as an RN, as a nursing assistant, and tomorrow you write the NCLEX and you pass, you will be immediately and automatically upgraded. Your existing nursing assistant employment agreement will be canceled and replaced with a registered nurse agreement. So you'll be upgraded immediately. You present your new certificate and license, and all other benefits goes with it. All right, let's make some progress. So keep the questions coming. If you have any question, please post it in the chat. Okay, then the beautiful one. On nursing assistants' behalf, United Methodist Home and Service further agrees to advance and pay for any government fees and accredited recruitment agency processing fees associated with the nursing assistant leaving Ghana and coming to the United States to work as for United Methodist Home and Services. Nursing assistant shall reimburse United Methodist Home and Services for the aforesaid fees paid by United Methodist Home and Service on nursing assistant behalf, pursuant to the terms in paragraph 10 below. But when you read paragraph 10, you are not going to pay, you work in place of that payment. Then E, nursing assistant shall be responsible for paying all costs, including legal fees, pertaining to immigrant visa for any accompanying or following family members, dependents, to the extent that United Methodist Home and Service advances any such cost and fees on nursing assistants' behalf. Nursing assistants shall reimburse United Methodist Home and Service the aforesaid costs and fees paid by United Methodist Home and Services, pursuant to the terms in paragraph 10 below. Now, there is the good news. Right from day one, we told you we are paying you, our nurse, your cost. Okay? We're paying your filing fee, your air ticket, accommodation to the US. And we told you your dependents are your problem. But the truth of the matter is, when the time comes, it is likely you may not be having money to pay for the filing fee, to pay for the visa fee, to pay for the air ticket, air ticket for your family. When that time comes and inform us, we will pay for you. And I need you to listen carefully to this one. We will pay for you. But that payment for your dependent will make for you, you will pay us back. That one, you're not going to work in place of that. You will pay us back. Should the time come and you don't have the resource to fund your own family, we will pay for you. We'll pay their visa fee. We'll pay your family's visa fee. We'll pay your family's air ticket. We'll pay your family's associated fee. Fly your family to join you in the US. But the fees for your family, you pay us back. Your fee, you are not paying us back. I hope that distinction is clear. Okay, I see two other comments. Let me read it quickly from Ebenezer Uzu. Please, as a top-up question, how will the hours be calculated? Should you upgrade from nursing assistant to RN? Ebenezer, you have asked a nice question, but a wrong question. There is a nursing assistant agreement, which is different from a registered nurse agreement. So the transitioning is not a top-up. It's a totally different agreement. When you say a top-up in legal sense, what it means is you'll be earning the same salary. It's just that your title has changed from nursing assistant to registered nurse. But if you sign a completely new agreement as an RN after passing your NCLEX, it's a new agreement. So new working hours, new salary, new condition of service. I hope that answers your question. Fruby is back. He said, thank you, sir. Sir, will the United Methodist help prepare and register you for the NCLEX RN. Oh, yes. As a nursing assistant, when you arrive in the US, we are going to prepare you in the US. There's a whole lot of things that will help you prepare you there, including some of the facilities you'll be working in may even give you money to pay for the NCLEX exams. They even pay for you to, classes, books, all the works. You get there first, and the rest you will know. Okay. So that is it. Now let's look at United Methodist Home and Services rights, duties, and responsibilities. After nursing assistant satisfies the requirements as set forth in paragraph 1 and 2E above, United Methodist Home and Services will work with the offices of Aguinaldo, Ghana, with Winterston Law Group, or another attorney at law, and through Ghana-based organization to manage nursing assistant visa processing, credentialing, and licensure processes. If you are a registered nurse, you already know we have even started your licensure, credential evaluation, and licensure processes already. Nursing assistant, it will start after passing your exams. Okay. Now, United Methodist Home and Services or Winterston attorney or Aguinaldo will keep nursing assistant informed of nursing assistant status. Aguinaldo will coordinate nursing assistant embassy interview and all related embassy tasks. So we are with you all the way till we get to the States. Then, assuming everything is done and you are leaving for the US, so there's a whole clause on that, departure to the United States. We're going to read that, explain that, and then we end today's meeting. 1, nursing assistant understand that the timing of departure is determined first by the United States and Ghana government decisions, and may also be affected by other factors. And that is why we are unable to tell you, Ebenezer, on 25th July, you are flying to the US. Or Magdalene, on 10th August, you are flying to the US. Because you need green card, you need visas, you need visa screen, you need a few documents. That depends on other people. And as and when you get them ready, we'll get the next ones ready until we walk slowly. We get everything set for you. You go and you say bye-bye to your home country. B, nursing assistant should not resign from his or her job in Ghana or in Cameroon or Nigeria or wherever you are this afternoon, unless advised by Aguinaldo or United Methodist Home staffs. So don't resign yet. And even when your green card is ready, when you receive your green card, don't resign from your job yet. We will tell you when to resign. Okay. And C, United Methodist Home and Services and Aguinaldo will coordinate nursing assistant related tasks for departure. So things like winter clothes and orientation, your family, everything, we take care of it for you. Then D, United Methodist Home will give nursing assistant at least 2 weeks advance notice of nursing assistant travel date to the United States. So when your visa is ready today, we'll give you 2 weeks notice. Charlie, your ticket will be ready in 2 weeks. Prepare, pack your things, and then move to the US. Then E, United Methodist will pay for nursing assistant airfare to the United States prior to the start of employment. Airline reservations will be coordinated by Aguinaldo and will consist of one-way coach air tickets. Coach ticket. Nursing assistants shall reimburse United Methodist Home and Service for aforesaid airfare paid by United Methodist Home and Services, pursuant to terms in paragraph 10 below. And then the last one, at nursing assistant own expense, nursing assistant shall arrange for accommodations and or airfare for any and all dependents who ultimately will be joining nursing assistant in the United States. In this regard, to enable nursing assistant to adjust to his or her new environment, nursing assistant should not arrange for any dependent to arrive in the United States for at least 180 days following nursing assistant's arrival in the United States. To the extent that United Methodist Home and Services advances any costs and fees for any of nursing assistant dependents, nursing assistant shall reimburse United Methodist Home and Services the aforesaid costs and fees paid by United Methodist Home and Services pursuant to the terms in paragraph 10 below. My dear brothers and sisters, I am very, very excited about this agreement. We are now on chapter page 3. We have about 6 pages to go. The last 2 pages are just general contract information and signature page. So we have just about 4 pages to go to discuss the nitty-gritty of the contract. But as you can see, this is hope for you. This is a new future, a new beginning, a bright future, and a dependable future. Wherever you are, with this agreement, you have hope, you have a dream for a better tomorrow. I want to pause here and take 2 minutes of your questions, if any. I am unmuting all your microphones now. Okay. Do you have any question? If you have any question, raise your hand and I'll call you before you start speaking. Yes, Joel, your hand is up. You have the floor. Joel, unmute your microphone and speak.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Please,
in the contract, at paragraph 13,
yes,
the 8,322 hours required for nursing assistants is said to consist of regular work hours, and there is, into brackets, excluding overtime, then holiday, vacation, and sick time. So it doesn't add overtime to the total hours. Does this mean that overtime will not be added to the total 8,320 hours?
Overtime will be added in calculating your 8,320 hours. What would be added is holiday, vacation, and sick time. Holiday, you are holidaying. Vacation, you are not at work. Sick time, you are not at work. So there will be no hours to be calculated in favor of your 8,320 hours. Although, when you read the agreement down, we'll get there maybe tomorrow or the next day. Although, as part of your condition of service, when you go on holiday, we'll be paying you a number of days as though you are working. When you go on vacation, you'll be paying you as though you are working. When you are sick and you are not working, we'll be paying you as though you are working as part of your condition of service. But those incentives for holiday, vacation, sick time will not be calculated as part of your 8,320 hours. Joel, are you clear?
Okay, clear.
All right. Do you have any other questions?
No, please.
All right, thank you. Sayram says, sir, please. the documents that we were required to produce by end of August for the processing of visa, does it apply to those who have paid later and started the program lately? Sairam, if you pay on the 30th of August and start the process on 30th of August, you must produce all those documents before the end of the 30th of August. Because from 1st September, we'll start transmitting those documents to Chicago. The lawyers must start working on it. It's a tedious, long process. Different countries, different rules. So your WASI certificate here, they need to try and figure out what is its equivalent in the United States. Your nursing diploma here, they need to try and figure out what is its equivalent in the United States. It takes a while for that determination to be made. Some will need to go for something they call credential evaluation. Registered nurses know the meaning of that. Nursing assistant, it means basically try to compare your certificate you have here in Ghana with a certificate in the US. There's a legal process you go through to do that. It's not just putting the two papers side by side and making a determination. It's a whole legal process. Companies are signed and legally authorized to do that. So, Saira, if you are starting late, you better hurry up and gather your documents. Any other question, please? If you have any question regarding the contract, ask now. Don't wait tomorrow and come and say, I wanted to ask, and no, will not mind you. Ask now. Sarah, your hand is up. Sarah, please unmute your microphone.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, please, I wanted to find out what you just talked about, the credential evaluation. I wanted to know if somebody can actually, for instance, now I'm a registered nurse and I do the credential evaluation. Maybe I start my process, maybe say December, for instance, and then while here I'm actually a program for a degree, like a Bachelor of Nursing Science degree. So before the whole process is over, I finally get my degree, but I've already done the credential evaluation. What can be done in that situation? Thank you.
Then a new credential evaluation must be started. Because the credential evaluation process includes you presenting certificate you have at the time the evaluation is being done. As part of the process, the credential evaluation company will write to your school to validate your transcript, they'll write to your board of nursing to validate your license. And any other school you attended, they will do the validation. So the school must confirm your transcript to the evaluation company. So if you have another certificate that comes later, it means that certificate was not part from the beginning of the credential evaluation. And therefore, another credential evaluation must be done. Peace has a question. Good afternoon, sir. Please, I need some clarification on maternity leave. How many months will they give and will they be paying while on maternity leave? Hallelujah. Okay. Peace in the US, by law, you are entitled to maternity leave. But the question of maternity leave and what and how it is done in the US is entirely different from how it's done in Ghana. As we go along, we'll talk about it, okay? We'll talk about it. Peace, that's a beautiful question. We'll be answering it as we go along. Then somebody, the name is not there. I see 799250. Sir, please, is photocopy accepted for your WASI certificate? My dear 799250. Are you serious? You are getting a visa, a green card, and you want to use photocopy. If you cannot find your WASI, please go to WAEC right now, request for it. In maximum 2 weeks, you'll get it. Whether the certificate is bent or lost, you just go to WAEC. They will get you a new one. And by the way, when we say your WASI certificate, we are not talking about the result slip. The WAEC issues 2 types of document to candidates after your exams. One is the statement of results, and the second one is a certificate. Although the statement of results and the certificate in appearance, they look very similar, but they are two different documents. So the WAEC certificate, you will see right from the beginning, this is to certify that so and so sat for the West African Examination Council and so and so and so. The other one you see on top, statement of results. Then the exams you took and the results are there. Although it is also on the certificate, but the certificate always starts with this is to certify that. So take your WAEC certificate and see. If it starts with this is to certify that, then that is the WAEC certificate, the WASI certificate. If it starts with statement of result, that is not what we want. Okay, Victoria says, sir, please, some of us, our work is such, we have to give 1 month notice before we can resign or be given approval to travel. The 2 weeks notice before traveling may be too short a time. Is there going to be an internal arrangement to help us seek approval appropriately? Oh, yes. My dear, we know the number of time, the number of days or months you need to give notice before you resign. Some 2 months, some even 3 months. But, I mean, you'll be involved in the process. You'll be involved in filing your permanent labor certification, your green card. When your green card is ready, you yourself, when the rain is about to fall, you begin to see the clouds in the sky. And then you begin to advise yourself. So when the time is coming, you see the clouds in the air. Okay. Then Sairam again said, is there any importance the English proficiency from my school hold with regard to credentials? Oh, my dear. When it comes to English proficiency, I don't want to talk plenty, but the simple answer is no. The English proficiency acceptable is a matter of law. And by law, if it is not IELTS, TOEFL, Pearson, Cambridge exams, about 5 or 6 types of English exams. All the others, including your English proficiency exam from your school, is not acceptable. Akosia Krantimas, please, can you submit for 2 WASI certificates if you sat for normal exams and all that? Oh, yes. If you sat the WAEC exams for 2 or 3 times, all the certificate, please send them. So please, some of us, our work is such that we need to give, I think I've answered this already. If I submit my marriage certificate before August 2024 and before I travel, I have divorced, remarried, and have extra children, aside details previously submitted, will the changes be made? What kind of human being are you? Eh? What kind of human being are you? You marry one, submit one marriage certificate, get divorced before you want to travel. You have extra children, remarry. What? So what you'll be doing all your life is just producing and changing marriages. Come on. But when you do that, it smells suspicious. The immigration people will be suspicious of you. So please keep your marriage together. That's my advice to you. Okay, Abena Asare and then Nana Efia. You have the last two questions and we'll close for the day. Abena, please unmute your microphone.
Sir, please, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so please, I want to ask that after doing your medicals, what are the documents that you're supposed to provide or send? Or you have to wait for an email before you do anything or before you submit any document?
Okay, your last part of the question, your voice went down, so I didn't get it.
I'm asking that after your medicals, what are the documents that you're supposed to submit? Or must you wait for an email before you submit any document or something regarding to the claims in 4th August or something? I want to know what you have to do.
It's actually 30th August. Well, your question suggests you missed that notice. I'm going to post it again on the page. And this time, pay attention, okay? I placed it on the page some time ago. And then we sent emails to all of you. We'll post it again so that if you miss it, you will know. We'll post it this evening so that you don't miss it. Abena?
Yes, please. Thank you. Please, the causes for termination of employment, the first one states that if there is closure of the assigned facility. So I want to clarify, if I'm posted to a nursing facility and that facility closes, they are not working anymore. It says my appointment will be terminated. Is it terminated by United Methodist or the facility? And would I be reposted to a new facility?
Well, your contract is actually with United Methodist. And therefore, once that facility closes, you are out of the job temporarily until a replacement is found for you. That is what it means. Sami Edu says, if you were unemployed before the program began and you are currently employed, do we have so send you an updated CV? Oh, yes. So if you're unemployed before the program and now you are employed, please send us an updated CV. If you are unmarried and you are now married, please send us an updated CV. You are not married now. Along the line, you get married, please let us know. Even up to the point when you are flying to the US, you get married along the line, or you deliver a baby, please let us know. We will take care of them for you, provided they are your legal dependents. All right. Then Cindy Ameho says, good afternoon, sir. Please, can you submit all documents pending passport due to change of name? Or you can submit the old one pending the new one. Sir, please kindly use your good office to help us in terms of the submission date, if possible. Thank you. Cindy, if you have, as for Cindy, you have plenty names, so I know. So, and it goes for all of you. If you don't have all the documents, you have some, submit all that you have. When the rest are ready, you send them. Okay? Submit all that you have before the deadline. Some of you are now getting your passports. Your passports are not ready yet. Some of you, your transcripts, your schools are playing you hanky-panky. Send us all that you have. And then you send us the rest when they are ready. So, the last question, please, will I receive feedback after sending my documents? Yes. For all those who have already submitted their documents, I'm sure you have all received email confirming that we have received your documents. Now, before I go, RNs, what we have discussed for nurses is similar to what you have in your contract, with some minor differences. Specific figures for filing for you, and we'll discuss that tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll have this same meeting at 1 p.m. instead of 2, 1 p.m. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., not 2. I'll post it on the page. It will be if I applied as a nursing assistant with my diploma and now has my BNS. Now, should I submit the BNS or maintain the diploma? Please submit the BNS, the BSN. So please, I didn't receive a confirmation feedback after submitting my document. Manuela, please check your mail. We responded to your submission, please. Then, sir, should we submit the documents in one PDF file or send them separately? Submit them in one single merged file. Good afternoon, please. Those of us who have not done the medicals, can we send our document? No, if you have not done your medicals, wait until you finish your medicals. If you have not done your medical, don't send your document yet. Wait until you finish your medicals. On that note, thank you guys. See you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Have a great evening. Goodbye to you all.
Thank you and goodbye, sir.
Welcome. Bye-bye.